Ladies and gentlemen, please rise in recognition of the official party and honored faculty as they process into the theater, marking the commencement of today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we would ask for all our guests to please remain seated while the Regimental Commander Cadet Colonel Ace Knight calls the regiment to attention and prepares the regiment for today's ceremony.
Regiment, attention! Prepare for regimental accolade! Three words to live by! Take seats!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Georgia Military College Board of Trustees, the GMC faculty and staff, and the members of the 147 Corps of Cadets, we welcome you to a truly historic moment in the life of our institution, the Presidential Investiture and Change of Command ceremony between the 21st President of Georgia Military College, Lieutenant General William B. Caldwell IV, U.S. Army retired, and the 22nd President of Georgia Military College, Major General Terrence J. McHenrick, U.S. Army retired. My name is Cadet Major Jimmy McCants, a civic leader cadet from San Antonio, Texas, and a member of the GMC Junior College Class of 2026. I will be your narrator for this morning's ceremony. Today marks a solemn and celebratory moment of transition, of trust, and of purpose, as the mantle of leadership is passed and the academic legacy of our institution continues. In honoring this occasion, we recognize two symbolic acts, one grounded in military tradition, and the other an academic custom unique to Georgia Military College. First, the passing of the Georgia Military College colors, a time-honored military tradition representing the transfer of authority and command, rooted in the history and heritage of our armed forces. Second, the passing of the academic mace, a tradition not borrowed from elsewhere, but one created here at GMC to reflect the equal importance of academic stewardship in the role of our president. While not part of military custom, the academic mace symbolizes the president's leadership over the educational mission for the preparatory school, junior college, and online leadership college. It stands as a testament to how we blend our military foundation with our academic purpose. Together, these two ceremonial acts, the military and the academic, define the full scope of leadership entrusted to the President of Georgia Military College. Before we begin, we would like to take a moment to recognize several of our special guests in attendance. Special guests include Mr. George Hogan, Chairman of the GMC Board of Trustees, Mrs. Barb Ryan, Chairwoman of the GMC Foundation, Mr. Jimmy Brannon, Vice President of the GMC Alumni Association, Mrs. Mary Parham Copeland, Mayor of the City of Milledgeville, the Honorable Rick Williams, Georgia State Senate, the Honorable Josh Bonner, Georgia House of Representatives, the Honorable Floyd Griffin, Georgia House of Representatives, General Robert Magnus, U.S. Marine Corps retired, Major General Dwayne Wilson, Adjutant General of the Georgia Department of Defense, Colonel Nate Stone, Commander, 48th Infantry Brigade Combat Team. Colonel Joel Gleason, Commander, 1st Brigade, U.S. Army Cadet Command. Colonel Jason Dumpser, Commander, 6th Brigade, U.S. Army Cadet Command. The Honorable Kathy Cox, President of Georgia College and State University. Mr. Randy New, GMC Board of Trustees Chairman Emeritus. Colonel Fred Van Horn, U.S. Army Retired, GMC Vice President Emeritus, and all other GMC Board, Foundation, and Alumni Association members and elected officials. We are honored by your presence and hope you enjoy this special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join as GMC Prep Senior Cadet Danielle Layfield sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The Change of Command ceremony is a time-honored tradition that dates back to the founding of our Army in 1775. It reflects our military's enduring values of leadership, service, and continuity. At the heart of this tradition are the unit's colors. More than a banner, they represent the identity, history, and spirit of the organization. The colors mark the location of the commander and headquarters, and when removed, as in today's ceremony, they're guarded with reverence. This act honors the courage and sacrifice of all who have served under them. Only the most distinguished soldiers are entrusted with this solemn duty. Presiding over today's ceremony is Mr. George Hogan, Chairman of the Georgia Military College Board of Trustees. The colors before you symbolize the soul of both our nation and Georgia Military College. They are a living record of our past triumphs, a watchful presence in the present, and a beacon inspiring our cadets to uphold the values of duty, honor, and love of country in the future. Once a rallying point amid the chaos of battle, the colors now stand as a constant companion to the commander and the unit they represent. Though the act of change of command is simple in form, it carries deep meaning. Central to this ceremony is the transfer of the colors, the symbol of the commander's authority and responsibility. Wherever the commander is, so too are the colors. The custodian of the Georgia Military College colors is the regimental command sergeant major, the senior enlisted cadet in the unit, and the principal advisor to the commander. The passing of the colors represents the formal transfer of authority from the outgoing commander to the incoming commander. It signifies the continuity of leadership, the trust of the organization, and the allegiance of its members moving forward. To our distinguished guests, please remain seated as we pass the Georgia Military College colors from the outgoing president to the incoming president. At this time, Cadet Regimental Command Sergeant Major Singleton will now pass the colors to Lieutenant General Caldwell. Lieutenant General Caldwell passes the colors to Chairman Hogan, signifying his relinquishment of his duties as the 21st President of Georgia Military College. Chairman Hogan passes the colors to Major General McHenrick, charging him with the duties and responsibilities as the 22nd President for Georgia Military College. In accordance with Georgia Military College policy, the undersigned assumes duties as the 22nd President of Georgia Military College, effective Tuesday the 1st, July 2025. Signed, Major General Terrence J. McHenrick, U.S. Army Retired, President, Georgia Military College. Major General McHenrick passes the colors to Regimental Command Sergeant Major Singleton, his cadet senior enlisted leader and the keeper of the colors. In the history of Georgia Military College, the mace not only symbolizes the authority of the preparatory school, junior college, and online leadership college, but it represents our mission, tradition, and academic excellence. Today, we honor a transition in leadership, one marked not by rank, but by responsibility, honor, and vision. To signify the continuity of command and duty, Dr. Susan Daniel, the Chief Academic Officer of the college, now passes the mace to the outgoing president, Lieutenant General Caldwell. As the 21st president of Georgia Military College, President Caldwell has carried this responsibility with pride and purpose. His dedicated leadership has successfully guided GMC and upheld its mission. President Caldwell now passes the academic mace to Chairman Hogan, signifying his formal relinquishment of academic stewardship. As Chairman Hogan passes the mace to the incoming president, Major General McHenrick, he entrusts him with the care of our students, the advancement of our institution, and the guardianship over our core values. In accepting the mace as the 22nd president of Georgia Military College, President McHenrick assumes this charge in the weight of leadership with humility, commitment, and gratitude. He pledges to uphold the ideals of GMC, lead with integrity, and ensure the continued legacy of producing authentic servant leaders. In demonstrating his acceptance of his call to service, President McHenrick now passes the mace back to Colonel Amy Lee, principal of the preparatory school. Colonel Lee returns the mace to the stand, demonstrating the acknowledgement and celebration of his authority over junior college, online leadership college, and the preparatory school. The mace will now symbolize the authority entrusted to him by the Board of Trustees to preside over the preparatory school and college to grant degrees. A senior faculty member will carry the mace at the graduation ceremonies, symbolizing President McHenrick's authority while representing GMC's mission, tradition, and academic excellence. The passing of the mace reflects not an end, but a continuation and a bold new beginning for Georgia Military College. May our leadership always be rooted in purpose, and may our mission endure with strength, wisdom, and heart. With the passing of both the Georgia Military College colors and the academic mace, we have honored the dual responsibilities entrusted to the President of Georgia Military College, military leadership and academic stewardship. At this time, we invite Chairman Hogan to offer a formal declaration of investiture, affirming Major General McHenrick's role as the 22nd President of Georgia Military College.
Major General McHenrick, having received both the Georgia Military College colors and the academic mace, you have now accepted the responsibilities of leading this institution in its full scope. As President of Georgia Military College and Superintendent of the Georgia Military College Preparatory School, by the authority vested in me by the Georgia Military College Board of Trustees, and on behalf of our faculty, staff, students, alumni, and extended GMC family, I do hereby formally declare your investiture as the 22nd President of Georgia Military College. May your leadership reflect the values we hold most dear: duty, honor, country, and character above all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium the 21st President of Georgia Military College, Lieutenant General Caldwell, as he offers his final remarks.
Well, I've got some great remarks to share with everybody, but I just got to tell you, being up here today, watching history one more time be made at Georgia Military College. For 146 years, we have continued this wonderful legacy of producing men and women of character, of understanding what it means by duty, honor, and love of country. And I've got to tell you, for one, I have been so incredibly proud and honored to have been part of this amazing team who I've been able to watch for 12 years dedicate themselves every day to the students that exist here. When we talk about the big idea, number one, being contributing to the success of our students, you'll see it all the time. You see teachers that will go without lunch when they see a student who doesn't have lunch. You'll see teachers, faculty, that will stay late at night and work on something to ensure that a student gets the materials they need or the information that they want, or as they prepare to ensure that their class is going to be that special. You'll see people out on our grounds. You'll see people in the cafeteria that have this attitude of, we do it because we do it for the students, the cadets, because we want them to have an incredible experience here at Georgia Military College. For 12 years, I watched everyone contribute to one thing, the success of our students. And I could not have been more proud and honored and humbled to have been part of this amazing team of dedicated professionals, men and women, who woke up every day not going to work, but going to make a difference in the lives of other people, believing in our mission statement of providing hope and opportunity for others. And I'm just so thrilled that you all gave me that privilege and that honor to be here. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Stephanie, who for the last 12 years has been right there by my side, and another 16 years before that through the military experience. You know, day in and day out, she understood what we were doing. She was there all the time. As I make this transition now in life, I'm not retiring, I'm just transitioning. But as I make this transition, I'm about to become pit crew #1 person for my wife. And I'm going to be there by her side to support her, to be her cheerleader, and to ensure that whatever she needs, there's somebody there to help her through that time period. I also want to tell you how thrilled I am and blessed we are to have the McKendricks. What makes this event so special today is our new president and his wife also love this institution. They love being a part of a team, and they have already demonstrated it in so many ways just how blessed GMC is to have General Terry McKendrick and his wife Liz now as our 22nd president. I prayed before for the leadership of this institution every day, and I've continued to pray that God would give us somebody who would continue that ideals that we represent here at Georgia Military College. A person who's a great leader, a servant leader, one who will continue to move GMC forward, fulfilling our mission of providing that hope and opportunity, of always being that leadership institution we've always been, teaching duty, honor, and love of this great country of ours, and character above all. To General and Liz McKendrick, we are thrilled to have you all at the helm, leading GMC as we move forward, going further than we have ever gone before and achieving more than we have ever thought possible. As the old expression goes, you're the right person at the right time to take us to new heights. Welcome to Georgia Military College. Thank you all for allowing me to have served together with you as we have served others. May God bless you and keep you safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to once again welcome Chairman Hogan as he delivers a special proclamation.
whereas Lieutenant General William B. Caldwell IV, 37 years distinguished service in the United States Army, including the Commanding General of All-American Division 82nd Airborne. And whereas in 2021, Lieutenant General Caldwell was recognized by the Georgia Military College Alumni Association as an honorary alumnus. And whereas in 2013, Lieutenant General Caldwell was appointed as the 21st President of Georgia Military College by the Board of Trustees, serving until his retirement in 2025. And whereas during his tenure as President of Georgia Military College, Lieutenant General Caldwell changed the landscape of this historic institution and renovated and new state-of-the-art facilities. Whereas under his visionary leadership, Lieutenant General Caldwell increased enrollment in all areas, established the Global Online Leadership College, achieved flawless accreditation audits through the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, expanded the preparatory school, and established the nation's premier Service Academy preparatory program. And whereas his retirement, Lieutenant General Caldwell was recognized by the governor of the state of Georgia, commending him for his outstanding service as President of Georgia Military College. And whereas Lieutenant General Caldwell's service to Georgia Military College and his positive impact on the entire community will never be forgotten, especially by those whose lives he touched. Therefore, be it resolved that I, George Hogan, Chairman of the Georgia Military College Board of Trustees, do hereby proclaim August 8th, 2025, that Lieutenant General William B. Caldwell IV shall be named President Emeritus of Georgia Military College with all the rights and privileges hereto. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to introduce the 22nd President of Georgia Military College, Major General Terrence J. McHenrick, U.S. Army retired, as the newly invested President and Superintendent. He now comes forward to deliver his first official remarks in this role of great trust and responsibility.
Congratulations, General Caldwell. I am proud to recognize you as President Emeritus and proud to serve alongside you in that role. For those of you that don't know, I have a long history with General Caldwell, and this is a momentous opportunity to finally be able to serve with him. When I was a young captain in the 25th Infantry Division in Hawaii, I was unfortunately having to serve my first year there up on division staff, where I wanted to be down in a battalion as a company commander. But the only advantage to being up on division staff is you get to look across 3 brigades and 9 infantry battalions and talk to your peers and find out which is the best battalion, the one that you want to go to. And for me, what I discerned very quickly is that General Caldwell's battalion, the 4th Battalion, 27th Infantry Regiment, the Wolfhounds, that's where I wanted to go. And I did my best. I made it down to 3rd Brigade, but I could not make it into his battalion. So it only took me, another 30 years to finally get into his unit. So it's a daunting task when you have to follow General Caldwell into any assignment, but it is a great privilege. Chairman Hogan, distinguished guests, thank you all for joining us today to celebrate Georgia Military College and to celebrate the completion of our transition from the 21st President to the 22nd President. I am so excited to lead this incredible institution with the honor and privilege of serving our Board of Trustees, students, faculty, our parents, alumni, and the community. In my first few weeks, I quickly learned that GMC is operating at an extremely high level of effectiveness and efficiency, thanks to General Caldwell's leadership. He has made incredible contributions to the success of Georgia Military College over the past 12 years, with the growth of the prep school and the Global Online Leadership College, increasing fundraising and endowments, and building a great team of the senior vice presidents that are out here today. Our students, faculty, and staff are achieving tremendous accomplishments, and I'd like to highlight a few of those for you. Our prep school graduated 100% of their senior class for the 16th year in a row. Thank you, Amy, for your leadership. "97% of those students are going on to college this fall. The prep school also had a 95% pass rate on the very difficult advanced placement exams, the AP exams. Our junior college Corps of Cadets welcomed its largest group of Service Academy scholars, with 98 cadets competitive for an appointment to attend a Service Academy next year. And the junior college football team ranked 3rd in the nation last year. And our Global Online Leadership College graduated a record number of students with a 49% increase from last year. Great accomplishments from our team. And our faculty and staff are selected as Coaches of the Year, Hall of Fame inductees, attendees at national security seminars, and the Council on Foreign Relations and the University Educators Workshop. I couldn't be more excited to join such an amazing team. General Caldwell and Stephanie, thank you for all you have done for GMC, our students, our community, and our nation. Your leadership and dedication have enabled GMC to accomplish the critical component of our mission, providing hope and opportunity. Congratulations, President Emeritus. As I continue to learn more each day about how I can best personally enable our success, I have started working on shaping our strategic vision for the future, conducting legislative engagements, and building those key external relationships. I will continue to focus on the work that General Caldwell has led, continuing to increase resources, enrollments, and fundraising, which will enable our talented faculty to be able to leverage innovation and technology to achieve accreditation of our high-quality education programs, which will continue to yield our long-term success. A special thank you to my wife, Liz, and my awesome family, with my son, Christian, here today. I appreciate your love and support over my Army career for 35 years and over this next great career here in the future. Thank you again to the Board of Trustees for this opportunity to continue my service to our nation by leading Georgia Military College, an institution dedicated to educating and inspiring the next generation of leaders for our community, the state of Georgia, and our nation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as GMC Prep Cadet Veronica Gillis recites the cadet prayer.
Please bow your head and join me in prayer. Almighty God, General of all life's forces, Commander of nature, we praise thy holy name. Visit thy presence upon us and all former GMC cadets. Reinforce us in our quest for knowledge, integrity, and leadership. Instill in us humanitarianism and bless our enemy, whoever he might be. Extinguish from our daily lives greed and envy, and make us champions of right and ladies and gentlemen of honor. May we glorify thy name in victory and be courageous in defeat. Help us ever to think first of our comrades, and secondly of ourselves, and always of thee. Guide our footsteps and cleanse our minds. May we be first in the service of our country and first in thy service. Lead us, O Lord, that we might lead. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you for joining us for today's Georgia Military College Presidential Investiture, Change of Command Ceremony, and the formal passing of the academic mace. This historic occasion marks not only the transition of leadership from our 21st president to our 22nd president, but also the enduring commitment of our college to academic excellence, leadership, and service. As we conclude today's ceremony, may God continue to bless Georgia Military College and the United States of America. Character above all.